This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS The Voice of Stockton or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Is it good to start with giggling?
As long as you start.
I know, but now I have to get the words out. Okay, well, maybe somebody else needs to laugh and you'll just laugh with me. Hello, welcome to True Talk with Christina, where we dispel myths about real estate, mortgages, and finances, so you can make the most powerful choices for you, your family, and the legacy you leave. My name is Christina Kimball, and I'm a mortgage and real estate professional licensed in California since 2012. Today we are talking about mortgage pitfalls and how to avoid them. Dun dun dun. I wasn't sure how to spell that in my notes, so I just put dun dun dun. Before we dive in, I have my legal and compliance disclaimer to read. As soon as I finish that, I'll give you an update on the real estate market, and our mortgage myth busting segment will segue right into our topic for today. Edge Home Finance Corporation is licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS number 891464, and my personal NMLS 1484144. My guest today is Roxanna Steward, and her NMLS number is 285845. We support equal housing opportunity. Right? That's not okay. Just making sure. You can get more information about mortgages on our website at edgehomefinancecv.com, or you can call for more information at 855-428-8554. I am licensed to help my clients buy, sell, and invest in real estate at Volant Real Estate. My license number is 019124661. You can visit my website for more information about me and homes for sale at ChristinaKimball.com, or you can call or text me at 209-425-4229 with any questions about the real estate market, or if you have show topic ideas to submit. True Talk with Christina is live at 1:05 p.m. every Tuesday, most of the time, right here on KXVS, The Voice of Stockton. Currently, you can watch KXVS, The Voice of Stockton, on social media at YouTube, Periscope, and, of course, Facebook. Like what you hear, consider becoming a supporting member of our station. You can learn more at kxvs.org. Here is your real estate update for the Stockton real estate market. These numbers were pulled from our local MLS Metro List. As of 9:05 a.m. today, there are 648 single-family homes for sale, and that is down 59 from last week. We have 450 single-family homes pending sale, meaning they've gone into the escrow process, and that is 24 fewer homes than were pending last week. There 43 single-family homes were sold in Stockton since last Tuesday, meaning they closed escrow and new ownership is on record. That number is 7 fewer than homes last week. So now let's look at the numbers for San Joaquin County. We have 1,266 single-family homes for sale, and that's 88 less than last week. Again, this is the entire county. There are 862 single-family homes pending sale, and that is 81 fewer than last week. And 116 single-family homes were sold since Tuesday last week, and that is 10 more than last week. So it's interesting. We look at these numbers each week, and typically either the increases or the decreases in Stockton reflect they're similar to the county, not the number, but just if it goes up here, it goes up in the county. If it goes down here in Stockton, it goes down in the county. But the number of homes sold was actually more last week, whereas in Stockton, it was a little fewer. So I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to point that out.
Share it.
Yeah. So our mortgage myth buster of the week is, once I am approved for a loan, I am guaranteed to get the loan when I find a house. False. I like saying that. False. So Roxanna and I are going to talk about that, and that's just going to segue right in to our discussion about mortgage pitfalls and how to avoid them. So Roxanna, our myth of the week is, once I'm pre-approved for a loan, I'm guaranteed to get that loan when I find a house. Is that what a pre-approval means?
It does not. As you like to say, false.
False.
It does not. When a pre-approval is issued, it is issued on the information provided at that time. So there's a lot of times it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes just depending on the market and the availability.
And the agent.
And it takes that long to find the home.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that transpire in that time period. And as a loan originator, it's your job to really discuss and enforce the do's and don'ts to your buyer and your client. Just letting them know what not to change, jobs, banks, vehicles, all of that contributes to that approval once you do find that home and get it into underwriting.
So one of the things that kind of I thought of today is that when you're working with clients, they get that contract signed, it's accepted. Yay, we're buying a house. It's an exciting time. And then there are things that need to be paid for. We've talked about this in past shows.
Correct.
The home inspection, the pest inspection,
Appraisals.
the appraisal, things like that. So there's something we look at when we're looking at loans, and it's called DTI.
Correct.
Debt to income ratio. Sometimes that number is really close, isn't it?
It is.
Super close.
Super close. That you really need to pay attention to down your insurance policies. That matters. Taxes, flood insurance, a lot of those things contribute. The specific area you're looking in may have a higher tax bracket due to assessments and easements that when you got your prelim or when you were shopping, you weren't aware of it at that time. So now that you've got your contract fully executed, those little surprises pop up. So it's really important that you ask those questions of the listing agent and the selling agent so that it helps determine your DTI when you're considering that home.
So if somebody's numbers are really close, so DTI is debt to income ratio. So how much debt you have compared to how much income you have coming in each month. So when the numbers are close, any changes in debts can disqualify you from a mortgage.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So if somebody, this is what I thought of today. You have these inspections, you get your contract accepted, your offer's accepted. Congratulations, you're an escrow. You get an email, a text, a phone call, whatever it is. Now those upfront costs, the inspections, if somebody were to charge those and their DTI is right at that limit that the loan program will allow, what could happen?
It could actually get you turned down and no longer qualify for that because it now changes your monthly obligations on that credit card. So that's something that you should really discuss with your client when you are in the process of getting them pre-qualified. How much funds do they have accessible without putting it on a credit card? It's always better to use the debit card because that's your money and you're not having to pay interest back on it. But those are the different things that you would really need to look at, starting with their bank account and the access to funds. So
from a client, because, oh, hey, Charlotte, she said great job.
Thank you, Charlotte.
For clients, we want to make sure we're talking to clients, future home buyers, or maybe you're looking to purchase a home right now. Maybe you're working with a great real estate agent and you have that pre-approval in hand. So today, really what we're going to focus on, you have that pre-approval. What could negate that pre-approval? What could cause that pre-approval? And I think that's an easy way to kind of focus in a little bit on the mortgage pitfalls, but also I think, and it's just my opinion, let me know what you think, I think one of the biggest pitfalls people can fall into is disqualifying themselves before they ever get started.
Absolutely.
We see that a lot.
We see that. I've just experienced it on the most recent escrow I had. I don't think I'll ever be able to buy a home. I don't think I'm ready to buy a home.
That's what the client said.
The client from day one meeting her. And I said, why are you thinking that? Well, I don't know. Don't you have to have 700 credit scores or 800, or don't you have to have a lot of money in the bank? They don't realize that sometimes their retirement accounts qualifies as money in the bank in a sense, that you have access to that money. It is your money. And she was able to use that towards her down payment and closing escrow next week on a home.
Nice.
When she was eliminating herself from the beginning, just didn't think she was in a position to buy.
Right. So that's a huge pitfall. Is before you even get to the mortgage, you've fallen into the pit because you've disqualified yourself. Here's the thing. No matter how smart you are, how knowledgeable you are, it doesn't matter what your IQ is, you are not the mortgage professional. And it's not that we're saying you're, how do you say that in a nice way? Not very smart?
You're just not current on the terms and qualifications of a mortgage.
Yeah, and you may have even been turned down before. However, you could speak with someone else and they have a program that will work for you. So when you get told, I'm sorry, you don't qualify to buy a home, you are talking to one particular loan officer, possibly one particular lender.
Correct.
And they have, and I mentioned this last week, they have one toolbox that they're pulling from. And it's limited. There are walls. There are 4 walls, a bottom and a top to that toolbox. The loan programs that they have are stuck to this one toolbox. How many toolboxes do we have, Roxanna, at Edge Home Finance?
Oh, I like to throw the number 90 out there. I think we have a revolving toolbox, the kind you can kind of push around with you, and create that special program depending on the client you're dealing with. Everybody has a different need, a different want, and a different long-term goal. And as a professional, it's our job to find that product and place them in it. We disclose the several different options that they have available. And if for some reason there's something there that's just holding up that ability at that very moment, it's also our job to guide them, give them the tool that they need out of our toolbox.
Yeah.
And they can take that path to correct it and get them in a position to purchase. So having the tools that they have available to them is really great for many different clients and different situations. And
and just so people can kind of understand what makes you different as having a loan officer, having your business at Edge Home Finance, as opposed to a bank or what's referred to as a direct lender where they have a set number of programs. What makes it different? Why did you choose Edge Home Finance?
Definitely chose Edge Home Finance because it offered the many toolboxes for the clients. We can have various programs from land, commercial, small commercial, residential, I-10 borrowers. You aren't limited on how you can reach out to your clients. Your networking, there's so much access to so many different clients and different agents as well. So coming to a brokerage like that and having so many more opportunities to service so many different more clients is really what I choose.
Yeah, and not everybody can do that, right? No. They have their one toolbox. It's not the same as a mortgage broker.
Correct.
Like we are. Not everybody's a mortgage broker. Some people are in a bank, like I mentioned, or working with a direct lender. So a pitfall is, again, excluding yourself, disqualifying yourself before talking to a mortgage professional. Even if you spoke to a mortgage professional before, especially if it wasn't a mortgage broker, talk to a mortgage broker. Even if you spoke to another mortgage broker, if you'd like another opinion, feel free to reach out to Roxanna or myself and find out, hey, this is what I was told over here, because not all mortgage brokers have access to the same loan programs still. So this is a show of hope. This is how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity.
Being persistent in something that means something to you, not giving up on your dream.
Yes. Yeah. I encourage you, don't give up. We're not supposed to give call to actions because we're a nonprofit radio station, but maybe it's okay for me to say, don't give up.
Perseverance.
Persevere. seek another opinion. So,
and when we speak of mortgage professionals, we're not talking about your neighbor who just closed next door and has this phenomenal interest rate that he's telling you about with very low closing cost. We don't know the facts to that. We don't know his situation or what was structured for their specific needs. Everybody has this different need, a different job, and a different DTI, as we started talking about. So everybody's situation is different. Don't take it from that next door professional or family member who closed 10 years ago when rates were something else.
Yeah.
There are so many different laws and programs and requirements that you really need to consider. So.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up, because there is not one loan fits all. And again, the mortgage professional, someone who's licensed, currently licensed, because I was talking with the loan officer. Well, he's not a loan officer. He was back in 2008. Mm-hmm. So it's been 10 years. Even if it was 5 years ago, things change, laws change, programs change.
Just the application alone has changed.
Yes,
how many times?
Application changes. So these things change. So if you, I just want to encourage you to talk to a current, active, producing, if you will. Producing means they're actually working with clients and closing loans. Not somebody who does this part-time. I'm not saying they don't know anything. I'm saying we want you to not disqualify yourself, because there are other options. All programs are not equal. All loan officers aren't equal. All lenders aren't equal, which is why we have so many lenders that we work with, because not one can do everything.
Absolutely.
Literally, not one of them can do everything.
Right. Yeah. It's taking a little
I get
bit of
passionate.
each one. It's taking a little bit of each one, finding the right fit for the client. And if right off the top you don't see something qualifying, you find it. You search deep within that lender, and what about this? What about that? Is this an option? Maybe they have a program rolling out that they have not yet put on the market yet, that once the client has done a few steps, that will be the perfect loan for them. So it's always thinking ahead, seeking what you have now, and staying active in the industry so that you can provide that information.
Yeah, absolutely agree. So there is a client, let's just use like different clients, because obviously we don't want to pinpoint anybody. We're not going to ever use names unless somebody gives us permission. It's very confidential what we do, and we take that seriously.
Absolutely.
We honor the trust that people have placed in us. Another pitfall is that when people come and apply with us, they fill out a mortgage application, and they're told, we don't like to say no. We like to say, not right now, not yet. Mm-hmm. We're going to help you get to the, yes, you're pre-approved stage. So can you kind of walk people through? So the pitfall is you've been told no or not yet, and then you just walk away. Mm-hmm. But there's those people that persevere.
Correct.
And you give them steps to take, so that they can get
chills already.
So that they can get that pre-approval letter in hand.
Yes.
So a pitfall would be they heard the not yet, they heard a big fat no in their mind, they translated into that, and they gave up.
Right.
But what happens when they follow the steps and they persevere?
They become homeowners. Just to sum it up quickly, we are dealing with a client, and I shouldn't say dealing with, we are assisting a client who came to us a while back, gave him steps to take, and had a little frustration, was not really the direction he wanted to go, thought that it would be able to just happen quickly as he had heard before. Mm-hmm. Obviously, his situation was a little bit different. Within about 45 days, he calls me and says, just tell me what I need to do. I need to know what I need to do.
Which is awesome.
I need to get out of here. And we've been working together for about 4 months now. A little bit longer than that, but in the last 4 months, it's really came together. There were some steps that needed to be taken, and just things that needed to be refreshed, and a few things addressed. And he has done that. He is just excelled in all areas. Not only is the credit score going up, but his overall position is better. His buying power is higher now. The programs that are available to him that weren't available when we initially started are even better. Rates are even better because now he's in a better position. So we're looking at probably closing within the next 30 to 45 days on that. So, and he has a sense of pride in it, knowing he did that.
And he was a not yet. Let's
Yes.
get you there.
Yeah. He was a not yet, let's get you there, and then we'll forget it. And then, okay, tell me what I need to do. So you want to talk about the different changes of emotions. He's experienced all of them, plus having a new child and a home, going through the home buying process.
Yeah.
He definitely was on an emotional roller coaster, but he held on tight, and we went through the loops.
Hang on, because we're going for a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
See, and I'm glad you shared that one, because that's the one I was hoping that you would share, to give people hope that maybe you've been told no, maybe even from us you heard not yet. If you take those steps, we can get you to the yes. Ooh, hey, we can get you to the yes. Maybe we have a new tagline now or something. But that is such a great story, and it's not a made up story. It's a true story.
Absolutely.
Of triumph. You know, we always like it in the stories when the little guy wins. And we watch movies, or where we're reading a story. You know, you read those books to your children, to your grandchildren about I'm trying to think. Can you think of one specific?
The little engine that could.
The little engine that could. There you go. That's
the little homeowner that can.
Yeah, but they're overcoming something, and I think that's where we get a lot of joy.
Yeah.
In what we do, is that we helped somebody overcome a hurdle, a challenge, and we become their partners in that. And when you get over that mountain, or you get to the top of that mountain, woo! Yeah. It's exciting, like woo!
It's an expansion of friendships, as I commented on the other day. You know, you are writing with these clients for a while. Some of them are really easy. You go through the process, you embrace their emotional roller coaster of it, and you know what their family, the triumph that their family goes through, and you know, you just support them, you embrace them on it, you become a friend, you know, for life, hopefully, and you know, you're there for their future questions and what ifs, and is this a possibility on things that may come up. So it's not just about being a loan officer and closing that deal. It's about being somebody who is an advocate for that person,
right,
to answer questions that they may be scared to ask about their future as well.
Awesome. So we're having a technical difficulty. The cameras, nobody can see you. Thank you, Lynn, for pointing that out.
That's okay.
So yeah, Roxanna's real happy right now. She's not a fan of the video.
This paper off the camera.
She's not a fan of the cameras anyway, but I'm going to step out and see if we can get that fixed. So while I step out, if you could share what are some do's and don'ts. You know, Roxanna's given several talks and shared with people about do's and don'ts when it comes to home buying. So I know that's an easy one to ask her while I step away. She's not going to be like, so if you want to maybe, did you you go ahead and I'll talk to him.
Some of the most important do's and don'ts when buying a home is, first of all, you just want to maintain consistency and stability in the information that you have provided to me as your lender. So, for instance, if you're currently in a job position, you don't want to drastically change positions, even if it's for the better, because there sometimes is a seasoning requirement from going from one job title to the other. So always talk to the person you're helping, you know, your loan officer, me, and and get the advice. A lot of times you hear, I need to pay off all of my credit cards in order to raise my credit score. And in fact, that's a big don't until we've discussed it as well. Yeah. A lot of those old debts now would become new again and have a very negative impact on your credit score. Changing that score changes the loan program and rate that you qualify for. Yeah. And it also might change the debt ratios quite a bit, because now it's an active debt again, where you could have just waited a little bit and we would have addressed that during the closing.
Yeah.
So just maintain consistency and stability on what you've provided to us in the beginning. That's the major do. Don'ts would be not to change jobs. Don't make any large purchases. Don't make any purchases during the escrow period.
That's the safest thing to do.
Yeah, no.
Abstain from buying.
Yep. Until that key is in your hand and you've become owner at public record, don't do it. You just want to make sure that you're not putting any large deposits in your account that can't be traced back by a paper trail. All of that matters in the escrow buying process.
So pulling out $10,000 from under your mattress and putting it in the bank is bad?
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's real bad. Yeah. So everything is seasoned. Everything is sourced. You talk to me first. Find
For
out.
those who don't know, what does that term seasoned mean?
It means that it needs to be in your bank account for a specific period of time. And each lender requires a different period of seasoning. It may be 2 months, maybe 3, depending on the amount of the loan, the home that you're purchasing. It could be 6 months. So we really want to just make sure that the do's are maintain consistency, speak with your loan originator, me, and don'ts would be do not change anything that you've initially provided in the escrow period that was able to get you that pre-qualification. Any major change can really affect that home buying power.
So let's say, Roxanna, that I'm going to pretend I'm one of your clients right now.
Okay.
Because I would, of course, work with you because Roxanna is an amazing loan officer
Thank you.
and just an amazing human being in general.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't pay her to say that.
But you can later. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope. Just kidding.
I thought we didn't say no.
I'll pay you later.
Okay, so I'm your client. I've completed it. I've been working as obviously this is hypothetical because anybody who knows me knows I'm not an electrician. So I've been working as an electrician. I'm just choosing something. My nephew's going into that field, and so
Okay.
I'm fond of that right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I've been an electrician for 15 years, and you have written me a pre-approval letter. I'm working with Christina Kimball as my agent. She's over there.
Yeah. You hear her?
I do hear her voice. So I'm working with her, and we just got an offer accepted. Yay! Happy day. And we're going through the process. We had our inspections. They were pretty good. We didn't need to ask for any repairs. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. And you know what? This house is a little bit of a stretch for me. This payment's going to be a little bit more than I can afford. I can make more money as an electrician having my own business.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give notice to my job and start my own business. I need to have a name.
XYZ.
John Kivitz. And it's Kivitz Electrician. I hope there really isn't one, so nobody thinks I'm talking about them.
You just gave them a plug.
Call John. And okay, I got my business license and everything, and I come to you, Roxanne, and I'm like so excited. My income is gonna go up because I started my own electrician business. Aren't you happy for me?
Not at all.
I'm John. What?
Yeah. Well, John, let's talk. Yeah, you've just taken that pre-approval that we issued you based on all of the prior information you provided, and you've now delayed your home buying process.
Well, what do you mean, Roxanne? I delayed it. I'm going to be making more money. Isn't that great for qualifying for the loan?
Going to be is the key word there. You're not being...
Isn't it great for the loan? I'll change my words.
Absolutely
I'll
not.
change my words. I forgot I'm John.
Yeah. No, John, because you see, we need that money to be seasoned. We need that history of your job. Although you're in the same field.
It is the same field, Roxanne, and I'm
is.
really good at it. And I just got a contract for $10,000 a week.
Yes, John, that is wonderful, and I'm very happy for your future. But at the moment, this current moment, that income is not in your account. Those expenses that you're going to have as a now business owner have to be considered into your debt ratio. The DTI that we spoke about is now going to change. You now have business expenses. You now have different write-offs. You now cannot add back in all that income.
Nope. You're not right, Miss Roxanna. I heard there's a bank statement program, and they just gave me $100,000 deposit, and I just put it in the bank. So we're good. I got money, and it'll be seasoned in 30 days. We can extend escrow.
We sure can, but we're going to need to extend it a little bit further than 30 days because we can work with that bank statement program, John. But it's going to be a little bit longer, and we need to make sure that those contracts are coming in consistent. We need to average your monthly income based on the contracts that you're going to be getting. Oh, and then they're also going to look at your outgoing out of your bank statements as well. Is that being transferred to a personal account? Or is that just staying?
Oh, it's all in my personal account because I just started the business.
John is a fighter, and I like that. But John also talked to his neighbor who closed that loan with a different type of lending institution. So, therefore,
they closed in 27 days. They had this special process where they could just zip the stuff through, and I'm making more money, so I'm sure we could do the same thing.
We can, and your terms will change, John. So if you want to stay with those great rates that you have and you want to stay with I hope the camera didn't pause during that section.
It's on you right now, so they can't see me.
Yeah, so John, what we need to do now is you either need to stay with the company that you've been with, that we qualified you for, or we need to get your bank account seasoned, and your business license needs to be in business for so long, needs to be active. So there's a lot of changes that you've just done to your loan qualifying process.
You just said something, Miss Roxanna. So if I go back to my employer and rescind my notice, I could continue working there and work on getting everything set up properly with the business later.
There's a great possibility. You're going to have to wait about 45 days because now you need to have your check stubs coming in again. No gap in employment.
Oh, wait, I didn't stop work yet. I just gave them notice, so I still have my pay stubs.
She's a tough loaner. Yes, we'll get a verification of employment showing that you're actively employed again, showing that your check stubs are coming through, that they've been seasoned in your bank account, and we'll just keep right on rolling.
Yes. I knew you'd find a way, Miss Roxanna.
I'm jumping those hurdles as fast as John was giving them to me. John and I are going to talk after the show.
That was awesome. Yeah. So it just, where there's a will, there's a way.
Persistence pays off.
Persistence. And see, and that's the job of a good loan officer too, is to keep explaining things, to ask questions, to get to the bottom line of that, the real bottom line of the situation. So we talked about different pitfalls, how to avoid them, not quitting your job. You know, John taught us that. We don't want to quit our jobs, especially while we're in escrow.
And we don't want to buy a new car.
Don't want to buy a new car. Oh, my goodness.
Those go hand in hand, and it's just a fact of the industry. New car, new home. You put an offer on a house, you're waiting to find out if it's approved, and you want that new car in your driveway before you even get the house.
Yes.
So that's just, and one of the things.
Or a whole new suite of stainless steel appliances.
Absolutely. New flooring. It all goes hand in hand, so the biggest thing is don't do anything.
Until you speak with your loan officer. Yes. That is so important.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really the bottom line, actually, of this whole conversation. The bottom line is talk to your loan officer.
Communication between it.
Yeah. First
is the biggest.
And even before disqualifying yourself. We talked about that. So really the first step is a conversation. You can initiate it with a message. You're on Facebook. You have a business page.
Yes.
People can contact you right through that.
Yep.
It's Roxanna Steward at Edge Home Finance Corporation. So you can just type that in and she will come up on Facebook. Your website. Can you share your website for everybody?
Nope. I don't have it memorized.
Oh, where's the... Let me grab your card. Thanks. There you go.
You can apply at www.edgehomefinance.com/R Seward, and you can also contact me via phone or text at 209-406-3228, and I will respond usually up to 10 p.m. at night. I try to make sure that I can get back to people.
Yeah, and I gave my number earlier, and I don't answer my phone quite that late. Yeah, I'm getting old. I go to sleep early.
A lot of our clients commute, and they have a family life that they need to take care of. They work long hours too, so try to make sure that we can accommodate that and makes it flexible for them.
It's one of the reasons, just one of the many reasons why Roxanna is so amazing, and we get such incredible feedback from about her, is because she is available. She goes the extra mile, very detailed. Very detailed. One of the things that can delay a loan application is how it's packaged. So the documents that are gathered, the information that's gathered, all those things. And Roxanna is very good at putting together a very strong package.
When I'm asking you for a document, there's a purpose for it, and there's a reason. The cleaner you submit the file, the less conditions that the underwriter and the lender are going to ask for, and the smoother your transaction goes and quicker you close.
Yes. And everybody wants to get those keys, but we each gotta do our part to get those keys.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Roxanna, very much for being here today.
Yes.
We got a little delayed start, so I gotta share a couple of things before we end the show. And of course, this brings us to our national holidays or celebrations, whatever you might want to call them. We have 3 today. The first one is National Senior Citizens Day. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Today is National Senior Citizens Day. It was a day created to support and honor our elderly and just show appreciation to them. So if you have, it could be a grandparent, although I'm a grandparent and I'm not a senior citizen, so it's not.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah. So that doesn't always apply with the grandparents. Now I could reach out to my grandma and express appreciation to her. That would qualify. She's definitely a senior citizen. Good thing she doesn't watch Facebook or anything else.
To do.
Yeah. Love you, Grandma. So today, celebrate someone that you know, or just reach out and say hello, or take a meal, or invite them out to eat something. Give them a hug even.
There you go.
So it's National Senior Citizens Day. It is also National Spumoni Day. Have you ever had that?
I have not.
Have you ever had it? No.
Actually, I think when they give you the little samples at certain restaurants around town, they give you a little sample. I've tried.
They might. I had it for the first time last week. It was actually pretty good. I was hesitant when I was younger. I was like, no way, there's too much going on there. So it's observed annually on August 21st. It's a molded Italian ice cream that is made with layers of different colors and flavors that usually contain candied fruits, such as cherry bit and nuts. The typical flavors are cherry, pistachio, and chocolate, or possibly vanilla, but it has chocolate. Yeah. So if you go to, this is where I tried it, Old Spaghetti Factory.
That's the one I was thinking of.
They have it, and it doesn't have any fruits or nuts in it. It's just the flavors of ice cream, and it was really good. Although, not to throw them under the bus, but I think they serve it in your face, your expression.
Chocolate. Get to it. How do they serve it?
This says, differing from ice cream, spumoni is sliced and never scooped. And I'm pretty sure they scooped my ice cream. Don't quote me on that, but everybody, think about celebrating
Spumonis
today.
Are not served the same.
Well, according to this, it says they're supposed to be sliced and never scooped.
Change of times, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, how long has this been around? So spumoni originated in Naples, Italy, and was introduced in the United States in the late 1800s. It's been around a long time. And Neapolitan...
They didn't have scoops back then.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
It was.
So Neapolitan was inspired by spumoni.
We're really entertaining you, aren't we?
So, last national celebration of today is National Brazilian Blowout Day. Okay.
Well,
so for those of you who don't know what that is, because I never had one, so I wasn't sure. I thought of waxing when I read that. But anyway, it's
past that segment.
It's observed annually on August 21st, and it's It talks about beaches and vacation.
Did we
all
give
that,
a rating on this when we started?
No, but with humidity at an all-time, I'm just going to read this. With humidity at an all-time high, frizzy hair is in full effect across the nation. Therefore, today, we celebrate National Brazilian Blowout Day, a way to calm your tresses and embrace your most beautiful self. So, how to celebrate that? Go to a salon.
I was born with a blowout. It's just as straight as it gets.
All right. So, our one community service, wait, did I say that right? Announcement is Family Promise, and we'll get serious. Family Promise Community Meeting. It is the organization launching here in San Joaquin County to help homeless children and their families transition into permanent housing and connect with the services that they need. The community meeting has been scheduled for 7 p.m. on Thursday, September 6th, and you're invited. It will be at First Presbyterian Church located at 31 East Vine Street in Stockton. You can learn more and get connected with the team at Family Promise on Facebook. They have a page set up there at facebook.com/Family Promise SJC for San Joaquin County. San Joaquin County. You can even go into the search box and just type in Family Promise San Joaquin County, and it'll come right up. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, Roxanna, for being a wonderful guest. And thank you for the laughs.
Yes.
It's fun as always. We'll see you again next week, Tuesday at 1:05 p.m. right here, KXVS, the voice of Stockton. My name is Christina, and you have enjoyed, as have I, True Talk with Christina this day. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.